Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. I'll be short and to the point. Goals. I will hash this over and over and over again. Investment goals. If you're young, start early. Start investing early. If you're old, continue investing. Why? Because in the end, you want to be able to retire comfortably. Setting investment goals, meaning if you're young, you're 18, you're in college. You have a lot ahead of you. So now you have to think about getting through college, paying for college, then buying a house or not, self-employed, long-term employment, retirement, kids, spouse, more investments, etc., etc. If you're middle-aged and you've overlooked this, you've been putting some money into your 401k, but then, like so many other people, you take it for granted that, yeah, between Social Security and my 401k, I'm comfortable. Are you really? Will Social Security be around? Is there enough money in your 401k where you can live comfortably? What's your debt structure? What are your responsibilities? How about health? You get a medical bill, it could be tens of thousands of dollars, even with insurance. So there's a lot of variables that you need to take into consideration, and that's where some goal setting is necessary. Now, depending on what type of personality you have, you could be anal and you could have a hardcore spreadsheet showing all of your investment goal, and that's great. But most people shrug it off. Most people are going to do their Netflix thing. They're going to do their social media thing and overlook this investment goals. I know I'm picking on you, but that's sort of my demeanor. I have to play the devil's advocate here. Why? Because if you overlook this stuff, life moves along pretty darn fast. You hear this time and time again until you reach an age, you're going, holy crap, that last 20 years has just blinked by way too fast. And it does. And if you're not prepared, you're going to find yourself in a bind. You don't want to be working at Walmart when you're 60 years old as a greeter. Now, I have nothing against Walmart, and I have nothing against the greeters. It's an example, and a lot of people fall into this situation. Setting goals helps us meet life's major objectives, from staying healthy to retiring with a well-feathered nest egg. Investment goals provide structure and purpose to the money we allocate to investment products such as stocks, bonds, and funds. Investing and investment goal setting go hand in hand with sound personal finance practices, such as building an emergency fund and managing spending. I bring this up just from personal experience. I have a large family, and it's interesting to see the dynamics where some have the knowledge or the willingness to spend some time and set some type of goals. And then some just fall into that, I'd rather do other things than focus on my retirement. I don't play devil's advocate with family members. I can't. Why? Because touching your fingers to a hot stove, you know how that is. But from a third party, I can come in and go on, well, I can give you a nudge. And these are nudges. Think about long term. Think about the beauty of compounding. Take advantage of it. Start young. And I always use this example. The average person is spending over $400 a month in restaurants. And that could be Starbucks, Chipotle, so on and so forth. Cut back. Take half of that, put it into a long-term investment over the next 40 years. And guess what? In 40 years, you could go to friggin' every bloody restaurant you want, because that $200 is going to earn, if you do it correctly, it's going to earn nearly $1 million by the time you retire. I know, you're thinking, I don't have that discipline. Well, you could automatically place that into an ETF. You can just set up a payment or redirect your funds to your investment account, and it will automatically reinvest that for you. Again, it's just a matter of the discipline. In addition, you have your 401k, you have your Roth IRA. If you're self-employed, you can have your SEP IRA, you can have your Roth, so on and so forth. But take that into consideration. You're going to have short-term goals, all right? You may say, we take an annual vacation. That's great. but make sure it's not impacting your long-term retirement situation. Think medium term, all right? You're going to buy a house, perhaps. Then you have to take that into account. Then if you own a house, you better have a reserve for maintenance and repairs. Owning a house is not cheap. The long-term goals, always consider your health, because if there's a crisis, your insurance in this era generally is structured to have these huge deductibles, and they're nasty. They're nasty. So these are just all considerations, and this is just part of your strategy in terms of long-term requirements, be it paying for college or funding your retirement. Leave your comments. What works for you? What successes have you had? Share with others perhaps some tips that will nudge them to either start investing or to continue investing. Brad Williams, Frugal Finance. Thanks for watching. See you soon.